Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Market cap, 245 billion, almost 246. Bitcoin, surprisingly, with that high market cap at 8,200, looks like what's taking up some of that market cap is Bitcoin Cash, up almost 7.5%. Dash, almost at 600, up to 10%. Monero's up 10% as well, up to 152. Monero's just been silently getting those gains. A couple of coins that were up are a little bit down. Power Ledger doesn't seem to know how to turn the power off. Jeez, it's just on a rampant run. 309 million market cap. It grew really quick. Raiden Network is another big winner. See a coin finally showing up. Yeah, I mean it's just ebbs and flows. You have a couple of newer coins that are just absolutely crushing it. You have some that cooled off. Today I'm going to do a little bit special of a video. I'm going to talk about my 5 favorite small cap coins around 5 million. Some are under 5 million, some are a little over 5 million. But these are small cap coins that, I don't know, I thought this would be a kind of a cool episode. People always love to find those small cap coins. And before I get into it, one of my main, well, I'll go ahead and get into it. So, no particular order. We'll go to Obsidian. All right, so Obsidian is sitting at about 6.8 million. Very, very, very small market cap. Basically, it is a private messaging app. They're going to have it on, across all the phones. It's super encrypted. You can send messages anonymously. They have time deletion. Basically, everything that Snapchat was supposed to be. Now, when looking at small cap coins, volume does not matter too much to me. See, I do everything. When I invest in a coin, I look at I pretty much do the opposite of everything people tell you to do. Advice. So that's why I don't give financial advice, because I just have a complete unique style. Like, I don't invest more than I can lose. Like the most I can lose is everything, and I'm fine with that. So some people say, well, I can't lose this. They have families. I didn't put myself in that situation. I don't have a family. I'm doing me. I can be on the streets, and no one's relying on me, right? So I can really put myself out there. And secondly, I'm not looking at something. So when I get into a coin, like for instance, when I found a limit coin, it wasn't liquid. It didn't have any volume at all. Now, if that would have kept me from investing, then I would have never hit those. It's very hard to get those big gains, because to get the 1000x gains means it has to be so hidden, has to be so buried from people's eyes. It has to have something that just sends everybody away. But yet, if you can fix it, it still has big potential. So, I invested a lot of my money at the time. A Bitcoin was a lot of money to me when I made that move. So it wasn't something that was small, and I was moving it into an illiquid coin where there was no way I was going to get my money back unless I put in the work to make it happen. So when I'm talking about these small cap coins, these aren't your traditional indies. These are the type of things where you can go to the team and really make a difference, really try to invest in your investments. So, Obsidian would be a one. I'll try to keep this video a little bit short because I do have a lot of cooking today. Cooked my mom's famous meatballs today. Kick coin. This one's going to be the highest market cap of the 5, but still under 10 million. And the ICO raised like 3 times this. So I really love looking at coins where they raise a lot more in the ICO. And I just, it's not going to take long. I'm thinking basically next year, something like Kitcoin, where, I'm just a big fan of decentralized crowdfunding. I really love the ability for everyone to chip in $1 for the greater good, or everyone, because things like, I'm going to get into more what I'm talking about, but decentralized, having peer-to-peer money is one weapon we have. Very, very important. You don't need banks. Another one is a way to trustlessly raise money for whatever you want. And I just think that the decentralized crowdfunding platforms are highly overlooked. and they're going to be highly sought after. And the thing about these platforms is you need to have some kind of trust, right? Like, I wouldn't say not trust, not in the fact that you need a middleman, but you know, Kitcoin's been around. People know about Kik. People know about you know, the non-crypto version, how popular and famous that became. So it has name recognition right off the bat. So I just think that's a sleeper. What is another one? Let's go ahead and look at Atlanta. I've been actually trying to pick up some of this, but I can't. Like, I mean, I maybe picked up $10,000 worth. I can't get any of this because no one's selling it, and it's just, yeah, that's basically it. Like, I would have to buy up the ladder. I kind of feel how the no limit coin people feel now. Like, here I am wanting to drop a lot of money on Atlanta, but I can't because I'm not trying to drop a lot of money, but you know, like, it's free. I think it raised $6 million, and the ICO, it's sitting at 2. It was like 1.5 last night. So just basically free. I mean, you're talking about 2 million, but yeah, that's one of the problems. I'm not even really invested in this coin because it's just very, very tough to get any, really. I mean, it's not enough volume, but it is a small cap wonder for people who might be willing to take that risk. What's another one? Vibe. And holy shit, is this one undervalued? Basically 5 mil on a, you know, 5.5 mil. The perfect coin for this type of video. And they have some really, really big news coming out, Vibe, because they have all kinds. Like, I can't pronounce all. I can't say all the things, but you know, this is the ones that I have. You know, I've held since the ICO, and if you know me, I'm a big proponent of VR and blockchain. They're adding to the team. The Monster announcement, just absolutely huge. They're looking to have the hollow port where you have artists, augmented reality going on. A lot of really, really cool stuff. They had, I always check the social. Look at all these updates. Hollow porting artists into virtual reality, updated website, Monster News going public, more exchanges, CES conference, more digital assets on the Vibe Hub platform, crypto daily interview, web browser version being up to date, move to the Monster office. So they're actually going to be moving into the Monster office. I mean, that's just, the Monster News is absolutely monsters. And I mean, it's just huge. And it's just one of those coins, you know, it's 5 mil market cap, you know, just, it doesn't get much cheaper. You know, you can get down to 1 mil, 2 mil, 3 mil. But if you know the team is working, behind the scenes, it's very hard to get any cheaper than that, because people want to say, oh man, 5 mil, that company's not worth 5 mil. That's a lot of money. But it's not really. Like, this, see, coin market cap's an imperfect way. Like, yeah, if every coin in all of circulation sold at the current price, then yeah, you would have 5 million, but that's not impossible. If you were to sell all of it, you would maybe get what, 100,000 if you're lucky. So that's what I look at. Like, you have to weigh both options. So it's not that this company's worth 5 million. It's just that that's how CoinMarketCap does it. I just think that the circulating supply is still relatively low in this arena of crypto. And I only look at the market cap. Like, I look at the team, all that stuff, and I look at the market cap. 24-hour volume doesn't really matter to me. Not if I'm looking to try to 1000x. If anything, I don't care. If anything, I want the volume to be low because I want to take that risk. I want to be able to scare away other investors where I can put into work and invest in something as long as I know the team is working. That's huge for me. That's absolutely massive because there's blockchain is taking over everything. It's not, you know, people look at Bitcoin. It's not just Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin gets over its scaling issues, like, people don't understand. There was AI developing itself inside the Bitcoin protocol, inside the Bitcoin blockchain, but the fees were so high, so it starved to death, right? Because these codes are only survive if they're profitable. And when the fees became too high, but people understand it's not just currency, it's going to be the whole document. It's going to be like everything is on the blockchain. Everything is accounted for. It's like this giant world ledger, the best the world has ever seen. And the best blockchain is is what the one with the most hashing power, the most people using it. So, but getting back on topic with Vibe, it's just another, it's not, you know, this is ERC token, but, you know, EOS, Ethereum, all of these blockchains are attacking the scaling issue from a different perspective, basically. Some proof of stake, some proof of work. Ethereum wants to do the hybrid now. Now it's trying to switch over to proof of stake. But if you're talking about VR blockchain, there's all these badass apps that are about to come out, because if you would have went way back in the day in the beginning of the internet, there was a lot of bullshit out there, man. But there was a lot of good stuff if you kept your eyes open. And this just reminds me of the dawn of the apps when they first started coming out. And like every app you knew of went for billions of dollars if it was remotely even cool. Even like things like Angry Birds, like everything became wildly successable. And now I think we're about to have that next version with not only the blockchain, but with VR. So if you combine the two, I've covered it extensively, but these are just, what would be, oh yeah. So of course, MyBit, the 5 mil, yep, same scenario, 5.6 million market cap. It just doesn't really get much cheaper. I know the team is working day and night. Like they're just working their asses off, making connections. If I'm trying to make a lot of money, the smaller the market cap, the more potential for the coin. If you X that with the arena it's in, something like MyBit, IoT devices, that's billions. You know, their catchphrase is unlocking billions in IoT devices. And this is the new website. They recently had a new website. Vibe was having their release website today as well, but it looks like I just missed it. But yeah, I mean, this is basically like a more legit. It's basically like what BitConnect. It's like a legit version of BitConnect, because basically you loan out your coins and then you get paid auto revenue from the IoT devices, and then you can sell in and out. You know, basically sell your little contract if you want to on an open liquid market. And I just really see this taking off. It's another decentralized crowdfunding program where basically what really drew me to MyBit, there's something, see, I get behind things that I really enjoy and I can really see making a difference. And a platform like MyBit can really make a difference, because what's happening very quickly is people are getting their jobs taken. Yeah, people who need jobs, who are working at whatever, machines and AI are taking over everything. Pretty soon there's not going to be Uber drivers. Everything's going to be self-driving. Everything's autonomous, everything, all these IoT devices, smart homes, maids, everything are going to be obsolete. It's going to be insane. So what happens is you have the rich people are the only ones that can afford these devices. So what's happening? The rich people, it's like never before has there ever really been this big of a disparity where it's like 1% own the world, and like there's just billions and billions of poor people. And just a little tiny, not even 1%, it's like 0.1 or 0.001% own all the money. And this is the biggest transfer in wealth since, I mean, pretty much since like the 1800s. I mean, this is like the absolute biggest transfer of wealth we have ever seen. The banks, everything they're built on is crumbling. So getting back to the MyBit subject, all the rich people right now are buying all the machines that are taking all the common people's jobs, all the just, you know, normal citizens going to work. All their jobs are being taken, and they're being taken by these robots that are owned by rich people. So it's like, it's a very slippery slope. Imagine if we didn't have crypto, if we didn't. And 20 years later, what would happen when you had no jobs and all the robots took all your fucking jobs? You can't get paid. All the rich people are just even richer by a long shot, and they have way more power than they ever had before. It's going to be insane. So I think this is like, we need as many of these decentralized crowdfunding platforms as possible, because this is like, you get to buy the fucking robots that's taking your job. I mean, that's what it's basically doing. So you get to buy into something at the beginning where it's 5 million market cap. And if this thing was to grow like a Bitcoin and just keep rising in value, because the use case, people are like, holy shit, I'm losing my job, I need some passive income. Not to mention, you know, it goes two ways. People might want solar panels, you know, like it's awesome to have a piece of land to put solar panel on that's hooked up and generating revenue. Like that's half the battle. So if you can invest, if somebody's willing to have that and split it with you, and, you know, the solar panels became more and more and more efficient, way lightning fast efficient, especially depending on where you're getting them. And this is a worldwide event. Just worldwide decentralized crowdfunding platforms. So if you're looking at coins for 5 million-ish market cap, those are 5. I'll think of some. There's a couple of honorable mentions I'll throw in there. This one is a little bit more expensive. It's not technically close enough, but I think it rose a little bit up now. It was like $2 when I was looking at it. Yeah, it was like $2 right here. So it gained a good 30-40% since I last looked at it. I have not really been able to scoop too much of this. Now that I see the volume picking up, there's just been a lot of time passing. But when I was looking at it, as you can see, the volume, it was decent. It was decent. But for me to pick up a huge amount has been proven difficult. Plus, I don't really like BitFenix. But that's definitely one to look. Excuse the very, very rude robots. All right. That's one to look out for, definitely. And I don't own any of this. However, somebody sent it by me, and I was looking at it, and I was thinking it kind of does what Populous does, just a different type of version. It's interesting. I'm not sure if I'm going to invest in it or not. I have not, even though I've researched, I have not been convinced enough to buy it. But it's just so damn cheap. It's very hard to beat something that's 7-8 million market cap. But just an alert. The ones that I am invested in that I mentioned. I invested in Kick, Vibe, MyBit. I was unfortunately not able to get any Alant, Obsidian, and that is it. I don't have any Aventus or Hive. So, but those are some small cap gems for people who, people just keep asking me. They love the cheap coins. One of my pieces of advice is, and I'm giving it from my perspective, obviously, but this is what I looked at. I find one of these small market cap coins. I think to myself that they're probably going to need some help, that they'll probably be open to whatever I can offer. So I would go to the coin, and then I would offer, hey, can I do this, do that, share on Facebook, whatever you need. Like, even if you just want to contact them to make sure that they're, to develop a relationship so you can actually see that they're working. That's the main thing. You can't have people that quit. A lot of people are going to quit. A lot of people have energy right now, but they're not going to be able to endure. So it's very, very key to find a team that works. 24-hour volume, the higher it is, usually the higher price the coin is. So if you can find a gem that has a lower 24-hour volume, while albeit risky, that is the one that actually has the most potential. I speak from experience because the most gains I've ever gotten from a coin called No Limit Coin, and I had bought it when the 24-hour volume was around $100 to $200. And I had put in a majority amount of my money, and I would not have been able to get that back. So I really kind of had no net. I just jumped and went for it. I can't recommend this to anyone else because I'm just a psycho. I'm just doing me. But that is what I did. What the common advice would be is to not invest any more than you can lose. So take it from there. I'm about to get cooking, so I will talk to you guys later. Cheers. Peace.